How's it going everyone, this is Fine Gaming Connoisseur and welcome back to this Let's Play of Mortal Online. So today this is episode 21 and so today this is just a continuation. I wanted to make a continuation of my previous episode, episode 20, where I showed you guys a little bit about magic and now like I mentioned in the description in that episode, magic is a fairly complicated and it's quite a complicated feature in the game, and so I feel that there are some features and some things that I felt that I should try to cover, and so one of the things that I mentioned in my previous episode was targeting self when you cast spells. Now I put in the description there that that I figured it out after playing around with that feature for some time. I figured it out that you have to hold down the key that you bound the function to. So for me, I bound it to the E key. Yeah, I bound it to the E key because that was the one key that was that wasn't bound to any other function in the game. And of course, as you know, E key is very close to the WASD keys, which are your movement keys. So if you guys are thinking of binding that function to your keyboard, I recommend that you change it from the default left Alt to E, because the left Alt is actually it's part of the keys for other functions. So I think it would be much better if you changed it to the key to the E key, but of course that's up to you. But from in my opinion, the E key is the best for targeting self. So I'm gonna cast some spells on myself, and then so I'm just gonna show you guys how targeting self works. So alright, so now I'm just going to unequip my weapons. So I just unequip all my weapons, and as you can see, I've got some reagents with me. So now I'm just gonna actually hold down the E key, which is target self, and then I'm gonna cast Spirit on myself. So I'm gonna shoot some water at myself and then do some healing. So here we go. So as you can see, as long as I have the E key held down, I will be targeting myself every time I cast a spell. So rather than casting the spell at whatever is in front of me in the crosshairs, it'll be cast at myself. Okay, so I've got 3 more water left, so let's keep casting that. Okay, so I did some damage to myself, so now I'm going to heal myself back up to full health. So let's keep the target self button held down, and we'll heal ourselves. So there you go. So that's how you, and I've used up all my reagents. Okay. So equip my weapons. Equip my mace. Okay, so there you go. So now I'll just go through several other magic related skills. So we'll bring up our skills window, and that magic is under mental skills. Okay, I do apologise guys, just now I forgot to plug in my battery charger. and so I had to, so the game window dropped down, and I had to, plug in the charger, and so I'm just continuing from where I left off at that point. So as you know, we're just going through some of the magic related skills, and so under mental training you've got mental offense, and so this skill here, it basically gives you an increase to your spell effectiveness. So it basically increases the damage you do, and increases the I think it increases the if I'm not mistaken, increases the amount of healing that you do as well. And concentration, it gives you a bonus to not be interrupted while you're channeling a spell. And mental focus, it reduces the mana cost of your spells, I think by about 50% or something. I think it's 50%, I'm not too sure. And then you've got regeneration here. Now this skill here is a little bit of a mystery as well. I can't seem to find any information about what this skill actually does, or where you can get the skill book for that. But I will continue to, later on I will continue to investigate into this, and yeah, because I do want to find out what this skill is actually as well. So, and then under magic schools, of course, in my last episode I covered these two. So you've got spiritism here. Now I'd assume that this skill is required to cast several of the I'd assume that it's required to cast resurrect and transcendental awareness. So if I'm not mistaken, you will require spiritism, but as you know, I haven't cast any of these spells yet, so I'm not too sure on that. But it's just, from what I see here, I think this would be a required skill if you want to cast those two spells. And you've got I think it's manifestation. That basically, I think that's allows you to manifest yourself for longer, I think. I'm not too sure. And then you've got transcendental awareness, and of course that's I think that allows you to communicate with the dead much better. And yeah, these two here, I'm not entirely too sure about these ones, but I think if you're planning to be like a pure mage, then I think these skills here would be quite relevant and quite important for you, as well as these ones here, vitalism, which will give you mana regeneration, and of course meditation should probably be important as well if you're planning to be a pure mage. But I'm not going into these skills because quite a few of these skills are primary skills, and for me, I'm primarily a fighter. And now the reason why I picked up magic was just to complement my existing skills. So basically I just use magic to to pull enemies towards me. So let's say if I'm in the sewers and and I'm trying to fight the scoundrels, then I can use Spirit to try to pull the scoundrels to me one at a time, rather than having all three or four of them rushing at me at the same time. And of course healing as well. So magic is sort of like a side thing for me. I'm not planning to be a pure mage. My character is more of a fighter than anything else. Alright, so I will take you to this area that I've been wanting to show you guys. Now this area is of course the area that's beyond the slums. If you remember episode 15, I went to the slums area, and beyond that there is the the port area. I think that's where I think that's how red players get into the graveyard. Yeah, I think that's how reds are murderers and criminals. Yeah, I think that's how they get into the graveyard. It's through. I'm kind of thinking maybe they come through here because there are no guards. There are no guards in here. And that's one thing about this game, is that even in the city, if you're in a city in an area where there are no guards, then consider the area as dangerous as it were if you were in the wilderness. If there are no guards in a particular area, then that place is just as dangerous as the wilderness. And I'll show you why in a minute, because that's how I got killed last time. Last time I went to that area beyond the port, and there's a place where where you can find the vendor, the book vendor, for several skills that are quite important, and but extremely expensive. And I think one of them was passive regeneration. I think that book costs 10 gold. Now I wanted to save up for that book, but right now it's just too expensive for me. Okay, so we're now at the port area, and we've bypassed the slums. I'm not sure whether this area would still be considered as part of the slums, but yeah, basically beyond this area there is there's an entirely a place that's sort of very secluded, and I find very few players there. Maybe the odd one player there, but other than that I never see that many players there at all. Actually, I was visiting this area yesterday, and I went up to the place where the magic tutor was, and there was a player that followed behind me. I think his name was Puker or something, Pokker or something like that. I can't remember, but so yeah, he was following behind me. I think he was a blue player. I'm not sure. I didn't check, but he was following behind me, and at the time I didn't really think that he was much of a threat. I thought that he was just exploring just like I was. But I got to the magic tutor, and I just wanted to have a look at the books being offered by the librarians there, and he started to cast some offensive spells at me. And he cast, I think it's 3 or 4 spells, 3 or 4 or 5, I'm not too sure. He cast those spells at me, and it killed me. But I did manage to do some damage to him. I think I reduced his health to about by 1/4, maybe about 1/4 of the damage. But yeah, he managed to kill me there. So we're now. So as you know, this area is guarded, but beyond this area, I'll just show you. I'll just show you that place that is quite. It's quite interesting, but and there are also vendors, librarians there that sells some very valuable books, but as a downside, it is very dangerous, as I've experienced. So I am going to sort of go there very quickly. I'm not going to stay there for very long. I'm just going to go there and then leave, because okay, so beyond this point, when you make your way up there, way up this slope, there will be no guards. And so from this point forward, we're going to I'm just going to go to the where the librarians are, and then I'm going to quickly make my way back down to the place where there are guards, because I realise that this place isn't exactly very safe at all. In fact, it's probably one of the more dangerous areas, because as you can see, you have to cross this bridge, and so if someone tries to fight you or try to kill you, then you'll be very boxed in. You'll be stuck between a very tight space. So here you will find the reagent vendor, and it's similar. It's the same as the one in the Tindrem city square. And you've got the magic tutor here, and you've got the animist librarian. So let's just take a quick look. We won't stay for very long, but there's mental focus, mana regeneration. So there's a few valuable books here. Another reagent vendor, spiritist librarian. Yeah, so these are the skills that for the spells that I mentioned earlier. So there, and there is also a hermit librarian. Hermit librarian here somewhere. Okay. Let's keep moving. Let's not stay here for too long, because you never know when a murderer or would-be murderer tries to come here. And so yeah, I died at somewhere at the back where the librarians are, and so it was quite a quite a costly, well, not too costly, but I did lose a suit of armor and weapons, and I probably shouldn't have come here with any equipment. So there you go, hermit librarian. So let's have a look at so there you go, that's where he sells passive regeneration for 10 gold, subsisting, potion utilization, and herbalism. Alright, so there you go, you've just seen this area here, which is quite good, quite good to look at. But if you're going to come here, I recommend that you come here in a group, or if you're coming alone, don't bring anything at all. Just wear your rags and your starter sword, your worn short sword, because as I mentioned earlier, there are no guards in this area. So if a murderer comes along and tries to kill you, if you don't have a group with you, then you're on your own, and it's as dangerous as if you were in the wilderness. So if you're in this area, always keep on moving. Don't stop for too long, because that's the mistake I made. I was a bit too casual about this area, and yeah. Because I thought that player was just, friendly, wasn't here to harm anyone. But, and actually he walked, pretty much walked right up to me and then started casting, some spells. I think it was, I can't remember what spell he cast, but it was quite a damaging spell. So it killed me in about 3 or 4 hits. And so I tried as best as I can to do damage to him, before I died. But yeah, he was able to kill me. So But anyway. And here you've got the petrologist librarian, and let's have a look at the skills that he sells. Jadeite lore. Yeah, probably something that you'll need if you're gonna try and find jadeite. But I don't need that. You know, magic is just something to complement my fighting skills. Okay, so there you go. You've just seen the area that I've been wanting to cover since episode 15. But now that you guys have seen it, hopefully you'll be better prepared when you come here. So, like I mentioned, if you're going to come here, if you're going to go to the area where the spiritists and the animist librarians are, and the magic tutor, best if you come in a group. But if you can't find a group, then best if you come here with nothing but your rags and your worn short sword, so that if you do die, then you won't lose too much. And if you do need to bring money for the books, then just bring enough to buy the books, and then as soon as you get the book, start reading it, so that at least if you do get killed, then at least you'll have the skill in your character, rather than getting killed and then losing the book, and then and letting someone else pick it up. Because as you've seen, that book, Passive Regeneration, I think it's if I'm not mistaken, that book allows you to regenerate health passively, as in not needing to rest. I think that's how it works. I'm not too sure, because I've never trained in that skill, and I've not seen too many people talk about it. But yeah, there should be a reason why that book costs 10 gold, and I'm assuming that it's because it allows you to regenerate health passively, just by itself, without having to sit down or rest. Okay, so I think that's where we will leave this episode. So thanks guys for watching. If you did enjoy this, if you enjoyed this video, please like, and if you have any comments or feedback, please leave it in the section below, and please share this video as well. It would help a lot, and please do subscribe to my channel. So thanks guys for watching. This is Fine Gaming Connoisseur, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. By the way guys, I just wanted to show you guys, for those of you who are wondering how you can change the key bindings for your game, for this game, you go to the game options, so you hit the escape key, and then you can go to key bindings, and so here you've got all the controls for the keyboard and the mouse. So you scroll down to where it says combat, and then here you've got target self. So this is the function I was talking to you guys about earlier, where you can cast spells on yourself. So you move your mouse to the function and you double click on it, and then you can press a key or backspace to clear, or escape to cancel. So yeah, you just hit whatever key or mouse button that you want to bind the function to. So in this case I put it on E. So there you go. So every time I hold down the E key, I will be able to target myself and cast spells on myself. So, and then once you're happy with the key bindings, you hit accept. Okay, so there you go. So just a little something I wanted to show you guys in case you're wondering how to do it, how to bind keys to your keyboard. So thanks guys for watching. Take care.